Today I will show you the biggest mistakes made when installing a Durastall shower valve and shower head. I will also show you the types of hoses and fittings needed for the proper installation. And finally, I'll show you a better, more durable and functional shower head setup.
The number one biggest mistake is installing the shower valve and the shower head on the back wall of the Durastall shower. You see, the shower head and the valve must be installed on a side wall, otherwise the water will spray out through the shower curtain and onto the floor. This is because the shower is so small and the plastic curtain is so thin.
So what happens if the only place you have to install your shower is on a back wall, and it's not in the corner, it's right on the back wall? Like in this situation, I've got a sink on one side and I've got the toilet on the other side. If I put it on the side wall, there would be hoses sticking out, and you can see the back of the valve and the back of the shower head. It'd look ridiculous. So this is the solution. This is an outdoor rainfall type of shower head and shower valve. The water falls straight down, so it doesn't go out through the shower curtain and onto the floor. It also extends up really high, almost to the ceiling. So this ceiling in this tiny house is only about 7 feet tall, and it still fits. This particular brand is called Aolimi Outdoor Shower Faucet. I purchased it on Amazon for $148.75. It's a really attractive and durable shower head and mixer valve. It's that brushed nickel look. It even includes a handheld shower wand to reach all those hard to get nooks and crannies. Next, I'm going to show you how to install and assemble the Aolimi rainfall shower head and shower valve.
Alright, so this goes into the wall. I assume the wall's over here. This is what I got at Home Depot. PEX plastic pipe attached to there. This is going to thread right into that, just like there. Now the secret is, from what I'm trying to figure out, is how deep should I install this into the wall? I don't want this big threaded thing sticking out. So now, let's see, the wall is over there. So this is going to be facing that way. All right. Now, actually, let's see, I put this, kind of dry fit this. Now I gotta be careful. There's a ceiling fan up there. I don't want to smash it. All right. So let's see it right there. I screw that. I can do this. There. Alright, that's tight. Put that all the way flush. Okay, so that's how I want it to look. So we just happen to have a piece of drywall that I cut out of the wall. It's got texturing on one side, and there's the back. So it's going to look like this. See that? Let's see if we can get the right angle there. There you go. So you can see that little PEX fitting right there. The end of it, this needs to be at the back of the drywall. So, let's show you. There's the drywall. And I have it installed, so basically it's in the back. I'm going to cut a hole, but that's where we want it. And the other fitting will screw right into it. So now we have to figure out how high we want this shower head, because that determines the placement of the valves. Now there is my ceiling right there. I actually want it as high as possible. So
flooring of the ceiling is right there. Cool. This happens to be a piece of tape right there. Perfect marker. And there's actually some screw holes right there. So that's where the valve is going to be. Right there. What I'm doing now is securing a small piece of 2x4 to mount the 1/2 inch 90-degree elbows onto. There'll be one on each side of the stud. Now, I could have just cut this center stud, but then I would have had to cut the drywall wider and add some horizontal 2x4s, and then I'd have to patch the drywall. Doing it the way I did, I didn't need to do any patching of the drywall. And when I took the Durastall shower and pushed it up against the wall, it completely covered all the cuts in the drywall. So I mounted the two 1/2 inch 90-degree elbows, 150 millimeters apart. And then I took a level, I set it on top of each of those little nipples sticking out, and I found that it was not level, so I actually unscrewed one of those 90-degree elbows and raised it up, rechecked it again with the level, and when I found it was all good, then I was ready to take on the next step. The next step is to do a dry fit. You assemble the shower valve and you screw it onto those threads. You put a piece of drywall behind it, and you want to make sure it's sticking out the proper distance so everything fits properly, especially those decorative covers, stuff, stainless steel looking covers. And then if everything looks good, then you can go ahead and move on to the next step.
The next step is installing the 1/2 inch PEX water lines and connecting them to the 1/2 inch elbows. You'll need two 1/2 inch PEX lines, one red for the hot water and one blue for the cold water. You need some 1/2 inch PEX hose clamps and a set of PEX crimper pliers. You slide the hose clamp near the end of the hose and you firmly squeeze the crimper handles together until they touch together. And that will mean that hose clamp is firmly seated and grabbing the 90-degree elbow. This is what it looks like once I've connected both the blue PEX line and the red PEX line to the 90-degree elbows. Here's another picture from distance. I also did a test fit of the valves as well. Now I'm just pushing the insulation back in the wall, getting all nice and tucked in. And then the next step after getting the insulation back in is I'm going to take those pieces of drywall that I cut out and I'm just going to screw those back on. I'm not going to have to patch them because when I slide the Durastall shower up to the wall, it'll cover up all those seams and cuts. So I push it up. I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes for the 90-degree elbows. So I'm going to screw those fittings in. And then I can go ahead and take the mixer valve and just attach it, screw it on, put those decorative cover plates on, just using a crescent wrench to just tighten those nice and snug. You kind of do it evenly, a little bit on one side, and on the right side, left side, just so it goes even. But as long as you did a good test fit before and it fit, then it should go on pretty easily. I forgot to mention, actually, I did use some caulking on the holes before I put these on, put the valve on, mixer valve on, to make sure water doesn't get in behind the Durastall shower and rot your 2x4s behind the wall.
The rest of the installation is really straightforward and easy. You insert the rubber O-rings and you screw the tubes and hoses together. It's very obvious where they go. There are 4 screws that are required at the top of the tube near the shower head. Now, since I had a stud right in the center, the screws went straight into the stud. They even helped hold the entire Durastall shower in place up against the wall. Now, there is a small set screw that connects the mounting bracket that's on the wall to the actual shower tube, so it holds everything in place. Here is the final product, the rainfall type shower mixer valve and shower head installed on the back wall of the Durastall shower. I think it looks really classy and you don't have to worry about the water spraying onto the floor. Next, I'm going to teach you how to install the standard plastic Durastall shower mixer valve and shower head using PEX tubing and braided metal hoses. So after installing 3 Durastall showers, here's what I discovered is the best and easiest setup. To connect the mixer valve to the main water supply line, you want to use 2 90-degree elbows connected to a 1/2-inch metal braided hose. To connect the mixer valve to the shower head, use 1/2-inch PEX tubing with 2 90-degree PEX elbows that can be purchased from Home Depot for about $5 each. Here's a close-up of the 2 90-degree galvanized elbows. One end has female threads and the other end has male threads. Here is a picture of the 1/2-inch metal braided hose. The official name is Engineered Polymer Braid. Now, there are 2 types of metal 90-degree elbows. One is galvanized and the other is black metal. You want to use the galvanized type, which is for water. Black metal is for gas, and also the ends of the threads are tapered so it won't fit onto a metal hose. Now, you'll want to wrap Teflon tape onto the ends of the galvanized threads. And you also want to wrap Teflon tape around the plastic threads on the mixer valve. Now let's talk about attaching the shower head to the mixer valve. So you just use 2 90-degree PEX elbows. You clamp the PEX tubing onto the 2 elbows. It's suggested that you use Teflon tape also on these threads. Now optionally, you could use 2 90-degree galvanized elbows and a length of metal braided hose, but that costs more money. PEX tubing is really cheap. So the reason why you need to use metal hoses to connect to the main water supply line is that with the Durastall, the shower mixer valve and shower head need to be attached to the Durastall shower, that fiberglass panel first, and then the entire unit is pushed up against the wall. You'll need 1 to 2 feet of clearance to allow your hands to work to hook up the plumbing. And that is what I believe is the best way to install the Durastall shower mixer valve and shower head. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like it. Thank you.